Well, good morning, everybody, or good evening, wherever you are watching from. Welcome to Winning Wednesday. My name is Kate Sansom, and thank you so much for the J Factor team for asking me to present today. And I'm going to impart lots of really good information for you on how to maximize your live streams and your live videos wherever you want to do them, whether it's on YouTube, whether it is on Facebook, which is the one that I use a lot. So thank you very much for the invite, and make sure you've got pen and paper to hand, because I get excited and I've got lots of tips to give you that I've learned while I've been on my journey of building the brand and building my business with Jeunesse. And I found that live videos are such a good way of doing it, because I find if I'm doing a live video, people get to know you. People feel like they're in your kitchen. This is my kitchen. This is one of my favorite places to do my lives. And they'll ask me about my background, my amaryllis in the background there. People get to know you. Sometimes the dog's here, sometimes family are here. Lee's here with me. And I just find it's a really good place for people to get to know you. So I'm just going to impart with you how to do the videos for a start, things that you need to take into consideration, then how to maximize the effects of your videos, how to post them so that you get your maximum views, so that you should be looking at 2,000 views per video. And then I'm going to explain about how the different ways that you can use them, and also about your environment and some of the little do's and don'ts for it, so that you can make sure that every single live is a success. And then I'm going to challenge you to do your first live if you haven't done so already. So how to do a live video. So today, when I was looking at doing this, for instance, even though it's written coming to you not necessarily live, or you're watching it again as a replay, the preparation that I put into that is making sure that I have a message which is in line with my audience. So I do two different types of lives. One is a hey, this is me, let me give you a little glimpse into what I'm up to today kind of a live. And the other one is an informative one, because I do a lot of work with Zen Project 8 and the wonderful Mark McDonald. And so we are spreading the news of Zen Project 8 into the wider community in the UK and within Europe. So when I'm doing those sorts of lives, I've got information that I have to get across to the audience, and I try and get it across to them in the liveliest way I can. And the wonderful thing about live as well is the fact that you can use props, you can show people things, you can demonstrate, you can really give people a far better insight than maybe just photographs alone could do. And so then once I've planned for my audience, make sure that the message is right for the audience, then I look at giving people a story, or to introduce it so that people can instantly relate to it, and then a strategy as to what they might be doing. So if it's Zen Project 8, if it's how to do the PFC, then how they could apply that to their particular lives, giving them something that is relevant to them. And then there's always a call to action at the end of the video, and tying them into where to look for more information, where to buy the product, where to do, what to do. And so you're guiding them into the next aspect. So that is very important as well, making sure that you get that call to action in at the very end. So when I'm preparing, I have my notes, which I always have. I try to pin them somewhere up at eye level so that I don't catch myself going, oh, looking down. I also have always taken a little look at the environment behind me. If I'm outside and out doing it live, I'll make sure that today I couldn't get the best possible light, but hey, and hope that the Instantly Ageless stays up, and that's that. Downward lighting isn't always the best, but if I can, I'll try and get myself into the daylight, which is one of the best. And if I'm doing before I start doing my live, before you press the go live button, you get the opportunity to look at what you look like in the screen. So make sure that you move around whenever I'm starting my lives. People laugh at me because I'm doing they reckon I'm doing the selfie dance, because I'm going around the place looking to see where's going to be the best light so that I can start it. Because when you start your video, that you can't choose the thumbnail like you can on a YouTube video. So you can't choose the best aspect of you that people see first. So make sure that when you first come on that live, you are smiling and ready to go, because that's likely within the first 10 seconds is the thumbnail that people will see in your stream that will decide whether or not they're going to continue watching you. So I have my notes there to keep me on track, and then I decide in advance. I generally do it within the notes on my phone because the majority of my lives are from my phone. So I put into notes first what I'm going to use as my enticement. How am I going to get people to watch this video? So I like to be a bit cheeky, or I like to say that I'm going to be sharing a secret, or you just make it a bit juicy. Whatever your line is going to be. Like the ones that I did recently was, I've got a girly secret to share with you. And that was actually at my hairdresser's, but that's besides the point. And so that was 1,000 people viewed that video. I put that out on Sunday, so 1,000 people viewed that video on Sunday afternoon, probably to do with the byline alone, or that title alone. And then what is really important, make note of this, is if it is going to be of relevance, or you're working with somebody else in your team, tag them. I would put in, I would like to share this Winning Wednesday with Lee Sansom. So I would put in his name, so it highlights it, as for those of you that aren't really familiar with the Facebook. So you highlight his name, and then when you press the live or the post, that is going to show up on his timeline as well. If you've tagged him in the top of the post, his friends are going to get alerted that he is live with you. Or it might be that you're sharing a message that is relevant with him. So quite often, if I'm doing ones with Lee Sansom and Joe Shepherd for Zen Project 8, then I'll put their names in, because then you're attracting, not only my friends know that I'm live, but their friends get the notifications that they're live as well. So you're increasing the amount of people that you're going to interact with as soon as you press that go live button. And obviously, if you're doing a Jeunesse one, use the emojis that Jeunesse like, whether it's the blue hearts, or check in the back office what the most recent emojis are. If it's a particular product that you're doing it for, put those in there, and that makes it fun as well. If you are at a venue of some sort, a hotel, or if, like when we were in Berlin, it was amazing, because what I could do is I could check in at the velodrome. Then you go into feelings and activities, and on the bottom bit of your live, and you go into attending. And if it's a big event like that, it allowed me to say that I was attending the Jeunesse University. So then on your top line, without you having to type it in, it goes in, Kate Sansom is live in the velodrome in Berlin at the Jeunesse University event. And then I put in my little line at the top of that. So anybody that's been to the velodrome before will get a notification that you've been there. And anybody else who's at the event, who's plugged in anything to do with the event, they know you're there. So what you're doing is you're reaching out to people who aren't just in your friends. They're not just your friends. You're reaching out to other people who have either been in that environment, been in that venue, or might be interested in the same thing that you're attending. So I found that is a really good way of maximizing the reach of the actual live. And so then, there you are, you found your right lighting, you've put the, so when I put it into notes, what I do is, even if the things that can happen before you press the go live, you suddenly look and see that you're about to run out of battery. not a good idea. You've got to go away, make sure you've got battery, or change it onto your iPad instead of onto your phone. Do whatever you need to do very, very quickly. And then other things that can go wrong. You think you're in 4G and you're not. So you need to, it'll only, the live is best on Wi-Fi, but if you're needing to do it on 4G, you need to make sure you're in a really strong signal. So you're about to press live and it goes, no, you've not got a good enough signal. So I keep it in notes so that I don't have to type it all in again when I do find the right signal, or when I have got onto the Wi-Fi. I just copy it out of my notes, paste it into the top of my how do you feel, the top of your, when you're doing your Facebook, put it into there, just paste it into there, and then you're good to go again. And so then you know what you're going to say, you've got your notes, you're in the right light, you've got your battery on full power, because going live saps your battery. If you've got less than 20% on your battery and you're wanting to do a live for more than 2 minutes, you need to get more battery life, definitely. It just goes, it beats it. So then you press the live, and away you go. Be you, be you. I teach, I've been teaching fitness classes and all the rest of it for the last 27 years. I don't know my lefts from my right through too many years of going, let's go this way, let's go that way, and then teaching in mirrors and everything else. But as you can tell, I wave my arms around a lot. So that's just me. If I was sat down, the last hangout I did, I sat down and I felt like there was a bit of me missing because I couldn't move around so much. If people can see your hands and you express yourself with your hands, then make sure that that's in the shot as well. Even if you're holding up your phone, you can still wave your arms around and things. And just be you, be relaxed, have fun with it. It's nobody's going to judge you. I've dropped major clangers while I've been doing lives, and it just shows that you're human. Pick a subject. If you've not done one before and you want to do one, then pick a subject that you are passionate about, that makes you smile, that you care, that you've got a message that you want people to hear, because that comes over. That comes over. And when you're looking into your camera, make sure you are looking at the actual bit of the camera. So this is where the camera is, not here, but here. So if you're wanting to look people in the eye with sincerity, you've got to make sure that you're looking at that camera, because otherwise it just looks a bit off. And other things that you can do is I have a Lumi case, so that no matter what the light is, I can do this, ta-da! No makeup, gym, looking, whatever, I can put on the Lumi and it just lights up, look, lights up your face, look at that, whee! Instant cake film star, woohoo! Maybe not. Let's be realistic on a Wednesday. So yes, so that's other things that you would do. So pick your thing that you're passionate about, have your set message, and go for it, just enjoy it. Now you can use this for testimonials, is really good. So you can like interview, if you've got a customer that's had fantastic results with one of the Jeunesse products, just stand them in front of you. It's actually quite good if you just don't tell them you're doing it, you just get them and say, please could you just share your story about why you think Reserve is fantastic, about the benefits that you've had from the serum, blah, 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 or whatever it is, and just interview them live. And then people will react to you. So you'll start to see the people that are watching you live will pop up that it says so-and-so has, John Smith has joined, and you see that. And I like to interact with my live. So I'll just say, hey, John, how are you? Nice to see you on the call. And then I ask people questions, what they're doing, where are they? And it takes confidence for people because live is so new. But people, the more you ask them, the more you recognize them. The first time you recognize people and it's the first time they've gone onto your lives, they can tend to go, eek. how did she know I was on there? Because they've never done one themselves, so they don't know what it looks like. So it's good that you embrace them and say, hey, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And you ask them to comment or to share, or what did you think of this? Where are you? And get the interaction going, because Facebook will build up an audience for you. And the more people you can get watching you live, the more it'll spread it through your friends, and the more views Facebook will help you get. So you want to get as many people on there live. You want to make them feel good about taking the time to watch you live, no matter what they're doing, and then answer their questions and get the interaction going. Or say, I'll post something in the comments afterwards. I'll show you a picture of that in the comments afterwards, and get people interacting with you that way. For Instantly Ageless, it is fabulous to be able to demonstrate Instantly Ageless live, because people aren't so cynical. They can see it there and then they believe it more, as if they couldn't believe the effects of Instantly Ageless. But you know how there are some cynical people out there. So live helps dispel that. I mean, like Becky Hurley, it was wonderful to see. I mean, for myself, it was Becky's initial video that even got me into Jeunesse. But it was lovely to see her doing a live version of it, just looking fabulous. I mean, I think it was like 2 years on from her original one that went viral. So the power of these videos is incredible. I can now, and this is only after 3-4 months of faffing about at it and then realizing, well, wait a minute, this is really good, this is really powerful. So now I can get up to 2,000 views of a video within a week. And then what I do, so sorry, I'm jumping ahead. So back to you interacting with people, getting them going, making them feel good, appreciating them for watching you live. You then want to finish your broadcast by saying, follow the link above. So you might have, within the when you did your introduction, you might have given people your link to your website where they can buy the product that it is that you're talking about. Be careful with that, that you're not seen to be spamming people. You maybe want to just say to people to follow the link above for more information. And then obviously if you've linked them to your Jeunesse page, they can then buy. So I personally just feel that sits better with me. And then, so you press finish, and a little timer goes zoop, and you then get the option to have your upload on or off on your phone. I always have my upload on. So then what it does is it says saving, and it saves it to my camera roll on my phone. So I can then use it in the future if I want to. And then you also press post, and that's it. It goes up on your timeline, and it goes up on the other people's timelines who you might have tagged within your post. So what I tend to do is use my personal page a lot at the moment, because I can tag individuals' names in that intro. Whereas if I do it on my professional page, Kate Sansom, Generation Young, what I do is if I do it on the Generation Young, I do sometimes do lives from there, but I can't tag individuals, because your professional page won't allow you to do that. Your fan page won't allow you to do that. So I then have to post it to people's timelines. That I find that doesn't make it as interactive. So what I tend to do is do it on my personal page. If it's an interaction one that I'm wanting, do it on my personal page, and then I share it. So you post it onto your page, then you go down below, and where it says share, I share it onto one of the pages that I manage. So I would share it onto my Generation Young page. I would share it onto my Zen Project 8 Healthier, Happier You page, if it was specifically for Zen Project 8 people. And if there was anybody else that I was there with, I might share it with them in Messenger, so that they can then post it. And going back to the sharing, I forgot, recapping, always ask people to share your lives. And you can do that while you are live. So people can look at where they're watching you on their phone live, and they can press share. So it then goes directly onto their timeline there and then, which then alerts their friends of what they're watching, which gets you more interaction while you are live. But also remind them at the end, please like and share this video onto your timeline, or share with people that you think might need this information. So encourage people to share. And also that in the bottom right hand corner, people have the option to give you thumbs up or hearts. You'll see within a lot of mine, people can give you these thumbs up and hearts while you're live. And again, Facebook likes this. It'll give you more interaction the more hearts and thumbs up that you get. So say to people, look in the bottom right hand corner, give me hearts, give me thumbs up, and you can see them. They go pop, 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 pop across the screen. And you could actually, if you know the people well, you can see their images popping up as they go along as well. So try and encourage people to give you as many of those as possible, because that'll help your views, that'll help you get out to Facebook as well. So sorry, I did say that there was going to be a lot of information in here. I mean, your hand's scribbling like mad to get it all down. I hope I know it's going to be of use for you if you're going to use this for future. But so that's it. That's how I then share it into the different pages that have a different audience. My Zen Project 8 Healthier, Happier You page has a different audience to my Kate Sansom Generation Young page. If I was at Girls' Day Out, for instance, that was a big event that I did back in December. That had 8,500 women attending that event over the 3 days. So I did 2 or 3 lives from that event, made sure that I did them from my different pages so that I interacted with different people. But I also always tagged in that I was at the Girls' Day Out, because then people who were then looking at the Facebook page or in future were looking back at Girls' Day Out, they would then see my live from there as well. Let me make sure that I've covered everything. The events, yeah, the events is a really, really good. If you're at a Jeunesse event, you will be amazed how many people won't have the courage to watch you live. Don't take it personally. They will watch your replay. And you will see, I generally now, if I have maybe up to 60, 70, 80 views, depending on what time of the day I'm doing my live, then generally that'll get, so from say it's 100, it'll get up to 1,500 to 2,000 views over the next few days, because people are watching it on replay. So don't get disillusioned with it. Just keep going back and have a little look at the history, see if anybody has commented, make sure you've got your notifications on, get back to anybody who's placed a comment and taken the time to comment when you've been live or afterwards. Make sure that you don't just like it, comment back, because that again spreads you through Facebook even further. So maximize it, enjoy it, make sure that you've got your you on, that you're feeling good. There's a few times if I'm not quite feeling myself, then, or I'm having a bad hair day, and a bit of that going on today, to be honest, but anyway, but if I'm not feeling great about myself, then I probably wouldn't do a live, I'd do something else. Or sometimes if I've been feeling, yeah, I'm having an okay day, I can go on live and I can be having a fabulous day by the end of it, because your community within Facebook will just lift you up and make you feel great. So that is my helpful hints as to how to maximize your broadcasts through Facebook Live. I really hope you've found it of use. I hope you've taken lots of notes. Reach out to me in any way, and I'll help anybody I can anywhere in their journey through Jeunesse. And if this little bit can help you, I really, really hope it brings you the success that you deserve. And my challenge to you, my call to action to you at the end of this video is to use all of these tips. Go in there professionally, go in there for fun, but whatever you do, take my challenge of going live within the next 48 hours. Don't think about it. Introduce your dog, introduce your cat, introduce your children. Today here in Scotland, it's Burns Day. So my children doing their poems, I might do that. If you're out in a walk, enjoying yourself, show people your environment. Just have fun with it, guys. So that's Kate Sansom checking out for Winning Wednesday. And thank you so much for viewing this broadcast. And thank you so much to the J Factor team, Becky, Kathleen Radu, Kathleen Degelman, for inviting me on this call. And I look forward to seeing you all soon. Okay then, bye.